The Thunder just made a pretty controversial move with their third and final two-way spot. Wow, many fans, including myself, thought a Summer League standout had earned the right to the roster. None other than Malevy Leons finds himself taking that final two-way spot. We're going to go over Leons' play at different levels over the past year, a caveat to this deal that makes it a real head-scratcher to me personally, and finally, compare his Summer League play to that of Chris Youngblood, the standout for the OKC Summer League team, who now is walking free. Before we get into that, though, just want to say real quick, what's going on, guys? Gabriel Ebersole here with Thunder Digest, where we just hit our goal of 6,000 subscribers, and we're trying to go up to 7K as fast as possible. 68% of you guys watching are not subscribed to the channel. The Thunder just won 68 games, just won an NBA championship, and they're trying to go back-to-back next year. But in the meantime, me and Bryson got you guys covered with all things basketball, offseason, Oklahoma City, right? We got you guys covered with signings, free agency, trades, hopefully no more injuries. Any updates like this, we have you guys covered. Make sure you stay notified. Hit that bell. Without any further ado, let's get into what has dropped as of recent. As the Thunder PR released, the Oklahoma City Thunder have signed forward Malevy Leons. In 34 games last season with the Oklahoma City Blue, Leons averaged 10.1 points, 7.4 rebounds, 2.1 assists, and 1.3 steals in 26.7 minutes. So, when looking at that, the raw numbers, this guy, he was impactful at the G League level for us in a good sample size of games last year playing for the Blue, right? We saw that he can score the basketball, 10 points. On top of that, very good, nice shooting splits from this guy. We're talking 50% from the field, 35% from the three. Could use a little bit of work, but he's a wing, and he does have a nice pure shooting form, and he shoots 80% from the line as well. So you know that he has some touch and some ability to grow from the three-point line as well. We saw that he impacts the glass as a rebounder to the tune of over 7 rebounds a game. And this guy is no joke, no slouch on the defensive end. He brings that OKC intensity, that OKC grit to the defensive end. I've seen he was playing in a summer league game, and he picked pocket of the same quarter 3 times consecutively down the court. This guy has real deal on-ball and off-ball skills, good instincts in the passing lane. He has the ability to be an impactful defender at the next level, like we saw with his numbers. However, there is one caveat that makes this deal a little bit of a head-scratcher to me, because if you remember a couple weeks back, we took a look at this list right here, right? He was number 4th on the list of who should occupy the final two-way spot. We saw that the Oklahoma City Thunder already own Leon's G League rights, and unless he snagged a two-way deal elsewhere, he should be returning to OKC Blue should he wish to stay in the G League, as opposed to going overseas as his former teammate Alex Dukas did, right? So we saw the thing that makes this deal a little bit interesting to me personally is that we had his rights retained already, even if we didn't give him the two-way deal, to keep him on under our thumb, under our organization for another year at the bare minimum. We could have signed Youngblood to this two-way deal and then had both of them in the organization with room to grow. Yes, we couldn't have played Leons in any of the NBA minutes talking this year, but when we take a look at what we were looking at with these two guys already, right, we're taking a look at having Leon's G League rights puts him behind the 8 ball when it comes to nabbing this two-way deal. Something that, once again, I just acknowledged should have made it a little bit more hesitant for Presti, for these guys to offer this deal to him specifically, because it's one less player we could have had in the organization. While he is a better, more proven player than some listed above him, which we're going to get into one of those guys specifically, this spot is all about the G League. The Thunder should seldom need to lean on this third two-way to soak up any NBA minutes. Passing over Leons for this spot allows them to bring in another new face to the Blue while retaining all that the swingman provides. And that last sentence right there is, once again, what I want to hit home on, and why this move is a little bit confusing to me, is because we still could have kept him in the organization and then had one of the other guys on that list, one of the guys that we're going to go over later, that really was turning heads in the summer league, and it would have been a nice bolster to the shooting specifically of this team to keep him on the roster, right? Taking a look beyond this, right, at Leons in this, we're talking about the 5 options for OKC's final two-way spot. And this was talking about at the conclusion of the summer league, they were ranking these guys, and the guy that they had very high on this list, a guy that I saw people name dropping on Twitter in the comments in response to the news that Leons signs this thing, Chris Youngblood, was a guy who played phenomenal in the summer league for the Oklahoma City Thunder, and he filled a need once again that I've said this in past videos. I'm going to keep saying it until next season when we can change it. This is a team that did not shoot well in the playoffs. 13th out of 16 teams from the postseason from deep. And this guy, Chris Youngblood, boy, let me tell you, he was a real deal shooter. A guy who shot 39% on over 5.5 attempts over a 5-year college career. He steps onto an NBA court ready to shoot. And we're going to go over what he did in the summer league exactly from deep, and it is no joke. He can shoot the basketball. But taking a look right now at some of his notable performances, right? This is a guy. We're taking a look at all these performances. This guy shot over 50% from the three-point line, at least 50%. He had a plus-minus of double digits. He chipped in a steal, and he chipped in a rebound. This guy can impact the game on multiple levels. He can score at a very efficient volume. We're taking a look at a guy who in just 22 minutes scored 15, 26 minutes scored 19, 22 minutes, 21 points, 23 minutes, 14 points. All of these games over 50% from the field, efficient from deep. That's what I want to drive home. That's what he could have provided to our team, but no longer has the opportunity to do because we offered a contract to Leons, who I don't dislike as a player. I'm just confused by the move from the perspective of he's already inked under the organization, and this two-way spot would have been an opportunity to open up another player into the organization and keep them tied in close in case we do see a need for them to be fit. And like I was saying, I do feel that a guy like that can provide a shooting like Youngblood would have been able to provide a fit. And we're taking a look at Youngblood compared to Leons in the summer league, right? These were guys, they both played 5 games. They played the same 5 games against the same 5 teams. And they played pretty similar minutes we're seeing up here, right? Leons has the advantage 22.1 to 21.6 over Youngblood. Yet Youngblood outscores Leons 12.4 to 9.8 points a game. Leons has the slight edge in the rebounding of 5.4 to 2.8. Both of these guys averaged over 1 offensive rebound per game. So both of them were getting after second chance points. He also has the assist edge 2 to 1.6. But when you take a look at the efficiency that we're talking scoring with, we're talking about Youngblood shooting 57.9% from the field. Leons' 48.6 is still pretty solid. Don't get me wrong. But from three-point land, 52%. 52% for Chris Youngblood from three-point land over these 4 games, efficiently scoring the ball. Leons only 30% from the 3. Chris Youngblood also a good point of attack defender, having a 1.4 steals a game. They're both sitting at 1.6 stocks. So defensively, Leons passes the eye test to me a little bit better as the better defender. But Chris Youngblood is no slouch as well. He can play on the ball. He can be handsy. He can get in the passing lanes. And this guy has not been a slouch on defense as well. But when you're taking a look at what these guys are providing and in the role, the context, the role of when they would be playing minutes, Leons maybe is more well-rounded and to step into an NBA court and just, be out there and be able to fill a different role and just help the team in whichever way possible. But I'm thinking from the perspective of when Mark Daigneault turns and he wants to put someone in, I'm thinking he would want to put Chris Youngblood in because the team is struggling to shoot. This is a guy who he could have turned to and been like, all right, Chris, we need you to go microwave a couple threes off the bench. And this guy clearly is capable of doing that. He's had games where he's been scoring near a point a minute. And this is a guy who shoots the majority of his shots come from behind the arc. He's comfortable taking these shots. So for me, I feel like he could have filled a specific role better. But Sam Presti, seeing Leons as more of a glue guy, we know that Presti is the magician, and I'm sure he's seeing something that benefits his organization and in the longer run, and I'm sure it will work out for us and as a positive, a net positive, right? I'm just seeing what could have been. I think that keeping Chris Youngblood in the organization would have been nice. I'm disappointed that we couldn't do it, couldn't land it. Let me know what you guys are thinking in the comments about this, and congratulations to Leons on this deal for a big time playing with him in the big show of the NBA. He's going to be able a chance to do that this year to prove himself, and he's going to have a chance to join Brandon Carlson and Brooks Barnhizer as the two-way players, bouncing between the OKC Blue team and the real roster. They're going to be able to play up to 50 games on the NBA roster this year, so we're going to see these guys see their impact, and hopefully they're going to make it to the next level help push OKC as back-to-back champions. Let me know if you guys think that impact's going to happen next year, if we're going to see them step onto an NBA court, specifically Leons. It's been Gabriel Ebersole with Thunder Digest. I'm going to catch you guys in the next one. Make sure you sub up.